LSU Odyssey, Odcast, Volume 32, with your host, Lon Phillips Sullivan. This is your host, Lon Phillips Sullivan. I have some interesting sources, some interesting news that has come up. As if this conference realignment stuff couldn't get any weirder. I know people have heard stuff with Ohio State possibly joining the SEC now and all this stuff, and Michigan being in there. I have a few sources, one that's backing up the first one, that are saying more than likely there would actually be the best of the Big Ten and the best of the Pac-12 joining forces to try and survive this supposed college football apocalypse, or at least college football conference apocalypse, as you could call it. But to join, the USC's, Washington's, Ohio State's, Michigan State, to join those type of best ofs of the Pac-12 and Big Ten would be, I'm hearing, two names of two schools because of their financial viability and their recent a few of these teams went, two of these teams both went to BCS games. They've both had success, limited sometimes, but coached by two longtime coaches. But I'm hearing that TCU and Oklahoma State would be in the running, would be in the conversation big time, are already in the conversation to potentially join in this merger of the best of the Pac-12 and the best of the Big Ten. And this would be kind of a realignment on their part to kind of save themselves in a way, make sure they're not left behind. The ACC cannot realign in certain ways because of their contract, so I'm not sure how much movement we will see with the ACC. Who even knows how much these contracts will be even honored, or what the buyouts are. But I'm hearing the SEC are kind of either they're going to go after them all or they're going to stay where they're at. And everyone's just fielding calls right now and listening to each other and talking and debating and analyzing and questioning and going through what can happen here. Because now that Texas and Oklahoma, made this choice, everything else had to fold. The NCAA they have no claim to college football anymore. If you thought that was done with NIL, it's done for sure now. Mark Emmert has no control. No control. Commissioner Greg Sankey, college football commissioner Greg Sankey, you might as well just call him that. He's got to back away from the power hungriness, I think. Just Ohio State in the SEC, Michigan in the SEC, calm down. That does not need to happen. Don't call it the Southeastern Conference anymore if we go that route. It would just have to be a new college football league. Somewhere kind of a half NFL model in a way, which I kind of don't want to see. It would be intriguing, but I love college football where it's at right now. With NIL, before the realignment, I thought it was just fine. The SEC was already so dominant. They already controlled about 90% of college football. But, I think the Big Ten especially are feeling big-time pressure to not join the SEC. Ohio State fans, Michigan fans would be absolutely aghast if Ohio State were to throw out all of their tradition, Michigan throw out all of their tradition, all of their pageantry, and their historic Big Ten matchups. Potentially the Ohio State-Michigan game going up in flames. The Michigan-Michigan State series going up in flames. To join the SEC, that would be nuts. That would be crazy. But you know what? It's definitely plausible. But what I'm hearing is that the Big Ten are more interested in kind of reigniting this kind of partnership with the Pac-12, because that's an easier sell to the fans. You know, this is tradition times 100, because now we're going to combine. You're going to see a Rose Bowl type matchup every week. You know, you're going to see USC playing Michigan, you know, USC Ohio State. I think that would be really a sexy realignment right there. If you're going to talk about the SEC grabbing Texas and Oklahoma, well, I think this would be a sexy realignment to coincide. So then you could have the ACC with Notre Dame, this Pac-12 Big Ten combination with TCU and Oklahoma State, apparently, is what I'm hearing. And that could be very, very, very interesting, very entertaining. But yeah, I'm hearing a lot of stuff, a lot of conversations are going on. But the two sources I trust most are saying a Big Ten Pac-12 merger is on the cards. This is something I believed could happen when this first came out. The news first came down about Texas, Oklahoma. I was like, well, now the Pac-12 and the Big Ten have to do this to survive. You know, you didn't really ever hear the Pac-12 or Big Ten discuss this. I don't think they wanted to. I don't think they wanted this out there. I don't think they want to look like they're, you know, looking for every greasy dollar they can find. I don't think they want to look like that. And I don't think this is about money as much as it's about survival. But even though, you know, they're saying, oh, it's a long way to travel out west for games, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. But that's what we're looking at across the board here. Texas, Oklahoma, like, yeah, they're closer than, you know, California to Ohio, but college football is about to end its localized ties. You know, that's the thing that I think a lot of people are afraid of. Isn't really the NIL, the NFL types, you know, structure, all that stuff. I think what people are afraid of is the ending of that localized love, that localized harmony with the team. That's really what people are fearing that they're going to lose. And I'm afraid we may have already lost that, except for home games. Only with home games, I think, will you feel that. But, yeah. Go Tigers. It's a very complicated thing, but you know what? LSU is going to be just fine.